Welcome back to the Red Dice Diaries podcast, and this is just a short bonus episode where I'm going to answer some voicemails. Thank you very much for sending all these in. I really do appreciate them. If you've ever got any questions or any comments, please do not hesitate to leave me a voicemail on Anchor. So without further ado, the first one is from Spencer, aka Free Thrall, from the excellent podcast Keep Off the Borderlands. So take it away, Spencer.
Hey John, first of all, I wanted to say thank you very much for the Red Dice Diaries episode featuring me predominantly. I feel quite privileged, and thank you for your kind words in recommending me to your listeners. I wanted to touch on your RPG Day episode about space and the importance of gaming space. I mean, it's very easy for me to forget that that's probably the biggest factor in my lack of gaming, just not having an area to play, even online, without, fear of being interrupted. So yes, I mean, it's something that I often forget as to why, I'm not playing currently. But hopefully that'll be addressed soon, and thanks for the recent episodes. Cheers, take care.
No problem at all, Spencer. I'm happy to recommend your podcast. I really enjoy listening to it. I've described it on a couple of occasions as one of the podcasts that I think, for saying you talk often about how you can't play a lot of role-playing games, I still think you've got an awful lot of good stuff to say about them. I really do enjoy listening to all your episodes. So thank you very much for leaving me a voicemail. And yeah, I think it's a good point about gaming space. I mean, I'm lucky enough to have my own house, but even there, there's other stuff crowded in. You have to make allowances for other people, etc. So it's not always possible to have like a massive gaming space. I know that I've certainly struggled in the past when it comes to sort of face-to-face games, seating everyone, make sure everyone can hear you, stuff like that. Now, it's not so bad at the moment because obviously I'm doing a lot of my stuff predominantly online. So I've got my little computer room upstairs that I'm sat in now. But even then, you get planes going by. If you've got the window open due to the recent hot weather, you get people shouting as they're going down the street and stuff like that. I've just come to the sort of conclusion that it's not possible to entirely sort of get rid of all distractions and interruptions. So you just have to sort of cope with it as best you can. Saying that, I hope, as you said, that your own gaming space and interruptions and stuff like that gets sorted out soon and you can get into some more games. And I look forward to hearing many more episodes from yourself and your thoughts on the gaming scene and specific subjects as well. So thanks very much, Spencer. Take care. The next one comes from my old mate, Colin Green, aka Spike Pit. So take it away, Colin.
Oh, wow. John, sorry to hear you a bit wound up, but better out than in. How you are a supporter of a sicko, I do not understand. Just because you're not throwing your toys out of the pram because somebody has, maybe produced a distasteful image, it's not my cup of tea. Kids on pikes? No, thank you. I've got kids. I don't like violence towards children. If I'm honest, I don't like violence, full stop. But I'm not going to just lose it, flip out, tell everybody they're wrong, and make snap judgments, jump to conclusions about people I know nothing about. This is the problem that we've talked about time and time again. They've got to just chill out. Chill out.
Thanks very much for the message, Colin. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I mean, tastes when it comes to RPGs, and in fact, anything in life, obviously differ. There's games people play that I wouldn't want to play. There's art styles that I don't like. There's fiction styles that I don't like. But you know what? I think it's all a matter of putting things in perspective. As you were saying, the Kids on Pikes image isn't really for you. You're not a fan of it. That's absolutely fine. But when you think of some of the actual horrible stuff going on in the world, someone doing a sort of tongue-in-cheek play on words in the form of a picture of kids on bikes, it doesn't really stand up against some of the actual bad stuff that's going on in the world. And I just can't bring myself to get that wound up about a picture, to be perfectly honest. If I don't like it, I'll just move on. It's not really hurting anyone or causing any great problems. So I think, as you say, people just need to chill out, get things in perspective a little bit, and just relax and just enjoy playing the games and having fun rather than ranting at other people. So thanks very much for that message, Colin. And if one message from Colin wasn't enough, we have a Brothers Green double bill. We've got Arfed coming up now with a message. So take it away, Arfed.
Hi, Arfed here. Just wanted to call in and really applaud you for your recent rant. I'm getting just cheesed off with politics in general from a day-to-day life. Obviously in the UK, all you hear every day or every week is Brexit this, Brexit that. I remember when it all kicked off, people on Facebook were saying, I'm befriending you because you voted this way, you must be an idiot, and yeah, I lost a few contacts on there, and I didn't care a jot because obviously they don't mean anything. I think it's the same in gaming. People are trying to tell each other what they should think, trying to tell each other what you should do. It was all just a load of old shite, and I think we need to keep the politics out of gaming. Cheers, mate.
Thanks very much, Arfed, for your message. Yeah, I agree. There is, to my mind, there's too much of people just wanting to talk and not sort of being quiet for a little bit and listening. Now, I realise the irony of me saying that when I'm on a podcast where pretty much all I do is talk, but one of the things I like about Anchor, as demonstrated by this bonus episode and the voicemails and stuff that other people put out, is the fact you can get a bit of a dialogue going, a bit of a discussion with people back and forth. And that's particularly pronounced within the OSR Anchorite community. And it's an aspect of podcasting I really enjoy. In fact, I don't think I'd keep on doing it if it weren't for the voicemails and the interactions that it spawns, because otherwise it'd just be me shouting into a void, and that's really not my bag. So whilst I don't think it's possible to keep politics out of gaming, because let's face it, it affects every part of our life, I don't think politics is a problem in gaming as long as people are willing to listen, as well as they're willing to talk and actually just have a discussion rather than just shouting at each other. Because to use your words, if people are just shouting at each other, that is a load of old shite. I could not agree more. Thank you very much for your message. And now to round off this bonus voicemail episode, we've got yet another one from Colin. And he's feeling a little bit emotional and a little bit, I think he might be welling up a bit. You're right, Colin, mate.
John, man, what's going on? What are you trying to do to me? Dear, oh dear. Got you two lovebirds in me ear holes, looking for an RPG podcast. Hannah's trying to bring me to tears, and yourself with your proposals and going down on bended knee and declaring your undying love for each other. I mean, what's the world coming to here? I mean, I'm trying to work and man, I'm getting all I'm getting all emotional here, man. You got to show some mercy.
Thanks very much for the message, Colin. For anyone who's not aware of what Colin's talking about, he's talking about the Day 3 RPG a Day podcast episode that myself and my wife Hannah did. Now, the word of the day for that was engage. And I knew a lot of people were going to be talking about engaging with RPGs in the game, etc. And I wanted to think of something a little bit different, but that also still portrayed a positive impact that RPGs had on my life, since that's a big thing about RPG Day. So I talked about how if it weren't for gaming and for going to my local game shop, I probably would have never met my wife. We would never have got engaged and eventually married. So I think we often hear a lot of sort of rubbishing parts of the hobby, or people trying to shout above other people. So I thought it was nice to just put a more of a positive spin and point out a really positive aspect of my life that RPGs had played a big part in. But don't worry, Colin, normal service will be resumed. In fact, we're going to be recording the second batch of 6 RPG a Day episodes very shortly, and I'll try and keep the soppiness and lovey-dovey stuff to a minimum. Excuse me, although I can't promise that none of it will sneak in. That's just the way it goes, mate. But thank you very much to all of you who have left messages. I really do love listening to these voicemails and doing these response episodes. So thank you very much to anyone who leaves me one. If you have any comments, suggestions for stuff you'd like to see in the podcast, or just general rants or chats you want to have, please do feel free to leave me a voicemail message on Anchor. You can also put the word out about the podcast and sort of spread the news around. Anything you can do is greatly appreciated, because one of the things I really love about this whole sort of OSR anchorite movement is, as I said before, it's the conversations and the sort of back and forth that we get going between us, rather than it just being me shouting into the void. So that's the end for this bonus episode. I'm going to be releasing it shortly, followed by my second batch of RPG A Day episodes recorded with my wife, Hannah. So until I speak to you all again, take care, and whenever you're playing, have fun and enjoy yourselves.